Class 5, your Oxford Pathways MCB, Lesson 2. My early days with the chimpanzees. Chimpanzees, are kind of monkeys. So this is the story of a primologist जो study करती हैं lives of primers. So this is the author is Jane Goodall, right? This is Jane Goodall is the writer, and it's an excerpt. This lesson is taken from a book written by Jane Goodall, and the book's name is My Life with the Chimpanzees. So let's read the very interesting story about that. So, first of all, how much do you know about chimpanzees? Work with your partner to take this chimpanzee quiz to check. Say whether the following statements are true or false. Chimpanzees are called the great apes along with orangutans and gorillas. True. Wild chimpanzees live in Asia, Africa, and Australia. No, this is false. They are only found in Africa. Chimpanzees are strictly herbivorous animals. No, herbivorous means which only eat grass and leaves, etc., and trees. No, but they are not always herbivorous. Sometimes they hunt for meat also. Just like human beings can use tools, chimpanzees can use tools as well. True, they can make tools out of stones, etc. For example, they can crack a nut with rocks. Yes. After human beings, chimpanzees are considered to be the most intelligent animals on this planet. Yes, actually, uh, human beings are supposed to be evolved from chimpanzees. Chimpanzee population is steadily growing now. No, it is an endangered species. Baby chimpanzees cling to their mother's belly for the first few months after their birth. True. Chimpanzees are called knuckle walkers. Yes, sometimes they can walk on the knuckles. घुटनों पर भी चल लेते हैं ये और whenever they feel like. A full grown chimpanzee can be 5 to 6 times stronger than a human being. Sometimes they are so muscled, they are so powerful that they can be 5 times at least stronger than human beings. Chimpanzees can never walk upright. This is wrong. They can always walk on their two legs. So, Jane Goodall spent more than 55 years observing wild chimpanzees in Gombe Stream National Park. Gombe Stream National Park in Tanzania. Tanzania is a country of Africa. If you have a map or you have a globe, just see where Tanzania is. Read an excerpt from her autobiographical writing. What is autobiographical? A book written on one's own life and experiences. So she had studied chimpanzees here in Gombe Stream National Park, and she has given an account of her experiences out there. So, July 16, 1960 was a day I shall remember all my life. It was when I first set foot on the shingle and sand beach of Chimpanzee Land, that is Gombe National Park. तो सबसे पहले ये कब गई थी 16 जुलाई को and she remembers this day because she first went to this Gombe National Park which is in Tanzania. Shingle means stones, कंकरों से बना हुआ. Sand beach, sand, रेत का बना हुआ जो एक island था, वहाँ ये गई. I was 26 years old. Mum and I were greeted by the two African game scouts who were responsible for protecting the 30 square miles of the park. So she went with her mother and she was 26 years old and she was welcomed by or greeted by two African game scouts. Game scouts are people who protect animals in a sanctuary of a national park. So they were the guides there who were responsible for protecting the 30 square miles. How much large that park was? 30 square miles. 30 in length and 30 in breadth of miles. Mile is a little bigger unit of say area or length, then kilometer. So they helped us find a place where we could put up our old ex-army tent. So they had taken a tent with them and they had to put it up. So we chose a lovely spot under some trees near the small, fast flowing Kokombe stream. So there was a stream called Kokombe and they found a spot to put up their tent. Every morning I got up when I heard the alarm clock at 5:30 a.m. So this young lady used to get up sharp at 5:30. I ate a couple of slices of bread and had a cup of coffee from the flask. She used to prepare her coffee. Already she used to prepare her coffee in the night and used to have it in the morning so that she can start early for her research, and she had a little bit of bread also. Then I set off, climbing to where I thought the chimps might be. Then she used to climb to a spot where she thought that the chimpanzees might be seen. Most often I went to the peak. So there was a place called Peak. Must be a higher spot where she would go to find the chimpanzees. I discovered that from this high place I had a splendid view in all directions. So from these places she had a very nice, splendid means very nice view in all the four directions. So I could see chimps moving in the trees and I could hear if they called, and she could hear and see the chimps from there. At first I watched from afar through my binoculars and never tried to get close. So शुरू में ये अपने दूरबीन बाइनोकुलर से देखती थी and never went close to them. I knew that if I did, the chimps would run away silently. So these chimps, they wouldn't attack, but they used to run away quietly. So gradually I began to learn more about the chimps' home and how they lived. And gradually means slowly. She started learning about the chimpanzees because initially she did not know much about them. I discovered that most of the time the chimps wandered about in small groups of 6 or less, not in a big troop like the baboons. तो शुरू में उन्होंने क्या पाया कि they are going around in groups of 5 or 6 and not in a large troop. A group of monkeys is called troop. So here baboons क्या होते हैं? Large ground dwelling monkeys with a long dog like snout and large teeth. So here you can see a photograph of a big baboon, right? So they always stay in large groups, but these chimps, they go around in 5 to 6 each.